Macmillan Audio presents The Perfect Alibi by Phillip Margolin. Read for you by Thérèse Plummer. Part 1. The Greek God. Chapter 1. At 5:30 on a rainy Monday morning in October, Robin Lockwood ran the 5 miles from her apartment to McGill's gym in Portland's Pearl District. For decades, the Pearl had been home to dusty, decaying warehouses. Then the developers moved in. Overnight, most of the grimy, rundown buildings were replaced by gleaming high-end condos, trendy restaurants, and chic boutiques. McGill's was on the ground floor of one of the few old brick buildings that had escaped gentrification. It was dimly lit and filled with the rank odor you never found in modern air-conditioned workout emporiums. Barry McGill, the gym's owner, was taciturn, monosyllabic, and profane. Rumor had it that he had mob connections, but people with any amount of common sense were too wise to ask him about it. Salt and pepper stubble sprouted on McGill's fleshy jowls and whiskey-reddened cheeks. He'd fought as a middleweight in the 1980s and had the broken nose and scar tissue to prove it. But his days as a 165-pounder were long past, and the weight he carried in his gut, butt, and thighs had elevated him to the heavyweight division.
"Lockwood,"
McGill called out when Robin walked in.
"Yeah? See the kid slacking off at the heavy bag?"
A young man in his early 20s was hitting the bag with lackadaisical punches that barely made it move. Robin judged his weight at welter, around 147 pounds, slightly more than her 140, and she couldn't see an ounce of fat on him.
"That's Mitch Healy. He just won his first 2 MMA fights and his head is swelling. Want to take him down a peg?"
Robin was 5 feet 8 inches with a wiry build, blue eyes, high cheekbones, and short blonde hair. She had earned some of her Yale Law School tuition fighting in mixed martial arts matches and had been ranked as high as 9th nationally. Her straight nose was a testament to her defensive skills as a cage fighter. "In case you haven't noticed," Robin said, "that kid is a man, and you just told me that he's in training."
"I never took Rockin' Robin for a pussy,"
McGill said, referring to Robin's ring nickname and the old rock and roll song Robin's fans would sing when she walked into the octagon. "Fuck you, Barry," Robin snapped back.
"I wouldn't ask if I didn't think you can give him a hard time."
Robin gave McGill a hard stare. He raised an eyebrow. Robin sighed. "Are you going to cover my dental work?" she asked.
"Fuck no,"
McGill answered. "You always were a cheap bastard." McGill grinned. Robin went to the locker room to change.
"Hey, Mitch,"
McGill shouted when Robin returned.
"Yeah? Come over here. I got you someone to spar with."
Healy looked around as he walked over.
"Are they in the locker room?" "Nah, she's right in front of you."
Healy looked at Robin. Then he laughed.
"She's a girl, Barry." "That's one brilliant deduction. You're a regular Sherlock Holmes." "I'm not sparring with a girl. You see anyone else around? You've been dancing with that bag for the past 20 minutes. Might as well dance with a flesh-and-blood female. Hell, maybe you can give her a few pointers."
Healy hesitated. Then he gave Robin the once-over and shrugged.
"Okay, let's go."
Robin had stopped fighting professionally after suffering a brutal knockout on a pay-per-view card in Las Vegas in her first year in law school. But she was still in great shape. Robin could see that Healy had no respect for her, which meant he would underestimate her. When they got on the mat, Robin started moving like a beginner, flicking out slow, sloppy jabs. Healy looked bored and he pawed at her unenthusiastically. Robin moved a little closer. Healy threw another lazy jab. Robin slid past it, spun behind him, threw one arm through his crotch and encircled his waist with her other arm. Then she grasped the encircling arm with the
Sample complete. Ready to continue?